Hello everyone, I am Nia and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about the top books to find the secret, or I should say the secrets of life. The reason why I'm doing this video is because recently, as you can see, I'm in a new home and I made a relocation, and so I had to sell some of my old books and I had to really see what I cherish the most to keep them, because most of my books right now are on my Kindle and I didn't really have a lot of space. But some of you ask me, guys, all the time, what about this significance of life? What about meditation? You have so many questions and sometimes you don't find the answers in a video or even online. And that is because it's very, very difficult to condense in a couple of lines in a blog or even in a video the wisdom that enlightened people have written down in some books. And so today I want to present you guys my top favorite, of course, but what I also consider the top books to find the secrets in life, because there are more than one secret in life, and obviously we are always expanding and discovering, but I also believe that these enlightened people knew the truth, and it resonates a lot with also my channel material that you can find in my books available on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. I'm not going to mention my books necessarily apart from this little disclaimer over here, so let's see together what are the top books to find the secrets in life. I always say, guys, go and do your own research apart from YouTube and apart from everything that you can find online. If you cannot purchase these books, remember, first of all, they're probably available on Kindle at a cheap price. Some of them are free even online, or you can find your library in your town and just rent them. You don't necessarily have to buy them, but just the very fact that you're going to read them and learn from these masters, these enlightened individual for the most part of these books, and then make up your own mind individually, will present you the secrets of life, will make you question things and therefore arrive even better to your own truth. Not mentioning the importance of being cultured, because real culture, in my opinion, is always through study, years of research and personal experience, but also through books that comes from history and then comes from very enlightened people, like I said before. So let's get started. What are my top books to find the secret in life? I'm gonna start not chronologically, so let's start with the first one that I have right here. The first book that I have is the one of the biography of Edgar Cayce. You guys probably heard me, if you are already familiar with this channel, mentioning Edgar Cayce a couple of times here and there in my video. Edgar Cayce was considered the sleeping prophet. This guy was absolutely amazing when it comes to psychic ability. It was believed, that I really think is true, that he had 95%, 98% of accuracy when it came down to his own prediction. Now, as he stated, that because he was channeling so much, sometimes it could be that some of the material that he was channeling wasn't 100% accurate because he was tired and channeling lower vibrations, and in some other cases he's saying all my predictions don't have to come true necessarily, like Nostradamus like to say, because I'm doing them in a way where I want to prevent some of the things to happen, like some of the climate change and catastrophe that we're starting to see right now on the planet. But regardless from that, this biography, The Life of a Clairvoyant, is amazing as a book because obviously it tells the story of Edgar Cayce, but it's amazing for me in order to understand psychic abilities and what it is, even if you're not psychic, or perhaps you are psychic and you're going to identify so much with his story. But it's really amazing to understand the secrets of paranormal and the secrets of every psychic abilities, and also the secrets behind prediction. Through the story of Edgar Cayce, you understand the story of a man, but a common man almost, but also the story of an extraordinary man, the story of a person that did a work of service for other people, wanted to heal other people, the story of a healer, and honestly, the story of all of us. This is one of the books that will open your mind to what it is to enter another dimension / dimensions, and to deeply understand psychic phenomenon through the eyes of one of the most famous and talented clairvoyant and psychic of all time. So this is definitely a must for all of you guys, and I'm sure if you clicked on this video and you're familiar with my channel, you love psychic abilities and clairvoyant and pick cards and tarot reading. So this is a must to understand the secrets of life. The Life of Edgar Cayce. Now, let's move on pretty quickly so I don't bore anyone. What is another book to understand the secrets of life? Many of you guys probably are familiar with religion, we all are, and are familiar with Christianity and the Bible. I don't know how many of you guys have read the Bible, but not many knows where the Bible actually comes from. What was before the Bible? What were the book outside of the Bible? And moreover, I'm going to tell you more. For all of you that are passionate about astrology and they're passionate about aliens and are passionate about starseed, yes, I'm talking to you. I have a book that will shed so much enlightenment, so much light in all of this topic. And no, it's not a new age book. And you might say, hold on, Naya, what religion and starseed? What are you talking about? The book that I'm talking about that will shed light on the secret of life is the Book of Enoch that I have right here divided into 2 books. This is a fantastic version. I don't know whether or not it's available in the United States. I'm sure it's available at different versions, so don't worry about it. Why am I saying this is a particular good version? This is a particular good version because you have and you find the original Book of Enoch translated, but also the interpretation from this very famous philosopher, which is amazing. And obviously reading this ancient text, having an interpretation at hand is very useful for making your own interpretation and not get bored and understand the Book of Enoch in depth. Now, you can find this particular book alla Soffitta delle Streghe if you guys are Italian, but I also know that that shop, I'm going to link it down below, also sends books all over the world. So in case you're wondering, you can find this particular version in Italian in that store. So in this Book of Enoch, we find the legend of the fallen angels. We understand where angels are. We understand so much about Christianity and that religion in and of itself. And we tap into a greater wisdom, or perhaps on how astrology came into place, because in the Book of Enoch, without spoiling you anything, it is said that witchcraft, manifestation, and astrology was taught by angels to the women. Enoch talks about giants, but there are so many layers of interpretation to this book that you guys, after you're gonna read this book, you're gonna wonder what exactly Enoch was all about, where actually Enoch has been. Did he actually met fallen angels and was talking about God, or did he met the aliens that showed him the future of humanity? I leave that question up to you, but this is one of the books that is top and a must to understand the secrets of life, and it's obviously highly suggested for all of you guys that are so into the metaphysical, alien, starseeds, astrology, and so much more. So now, talking about witchcraft and talking about teaching witchcraft, which in my opinion, I know there is a part of my audience that really loves witchcraft, and you guys all know that it's the connection to the goddesses, the connection to Mother Earth, and it's another form of manifestation. So in this video, I want to be inclusive. What are the top books that will reveal the secrets of life, including books that talk about witchcraft? One of the books that I don't have to show you right now up here, I'm gonna probably post it if I can somewhere. It's called The Gospel of Arabia. You guys probably, if you are familiar with my videos, you know I read The Gospel of Arabia when I was 8 or 10, when I was a kid, and Arabia was from Italy. It is well known to be the daughter of Diana the goddess and Lucifer the angel, not the demon. the bringer of light, and she was an indigo. She was I call her indigo because she was a rebel. She was the one that empowered women to know the ways of witchcraft, to manifest, to heal with the plants. She was from Italy, and the story of the Gospel of Aradia was written by an Italian girl in Tuscany near Florence, where I come from. So I really cherish that book, and it's an amazing book to understand what witchcraft is all about, who Aradia was, how it is, what is about her gospel, and to understand the secrets of life when it comes down to energy manifestation and working with Mother Gaia, because Wicca and witchcraft, Wicca, by the way, was founded by Scott Cunningham, if I am correct. There's all another philosophy about that, but they're very bound together. So that is a book that I highly suggest, and within that book you can also take a witch's Bible, which I'm sure you're gonna find everywhere online, and surely in the United States or in England. Personally, I bought this in Burley, which is a witchy village in the south of England, and this is the complete witch's handbook from Janet and Stuart Farrar. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce their name correctly. This is a book if you want to know everything about Sabbats, about casting spells, about what it is a book of shadows, great rites, witch's tool, even witchcraft and sex, running a coven, what it is to be clairvoyant, astral projection. I know all of you guys are so interested in this stuff. Over here you have a detailed encyclopedia about all of this phenomenon explained through the eyes of witchcraft. So for example, if you guys want to know the secrets of life, but it bores you to death to read about New Age and you find it so boring, or you're not very religious and you don't want to talk about God, you see spirituality in a different way, and honestly I completely understand it, and I don't like to judge people for that. This is the book for you. It expresses honestly anything you need to know, from ritual, from understanding the yin and the yang, from understanding astrology, understanding symbols, tools that you can use, the moments of the moon. It's honestly, it's full of secrets. Also, within this circle of witchcraft fans, I also have this book that my mother bought me when I was 8 years old. Again, it was around 8 to 10. This book was actually published in 1993 and is from Sylvan Ravenwolf. I know some of people out there don't like her, or in forums sometimes I read that she's not very accurate, it's a very shallow way of witchcraft and blah 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 blah. You know, I go in my own brain. I don't care what other people say. For me, when I was a kid and I wanted something simple to understand the secrets of life, this book was amazing. Now, I don't know the translation of this book. In Italian, it's called Il Calderone Magico, which is a guide to potion, spells, and witchcraft. I'm gonna see what is the name in English for all of you guys. It's a very simple book, and it's called To Steer a Magic Cauldron. To Steer a Magic Cauldron from Sylvan Ravenwolf, copyright, of 1995, not 1993. Why am I saying this is one of the book that will help you out understand the secrets of life? Because it's very similar to a witch's Bible. By the way, if you have other book, comment down below, of course, because there are so much more than this one. It's very similar to a witch's Bible, but it's made in a way that it's more accessible for everybody. So if you want something very simple, very straightforward, but still understanding what manifestation is, what angels are, what tarot are, and also what, like for example, why Friday some people light certain candles, why Friday it's good for love spells or manifestation about love, or what is the astrology behind that, so on and so forth. This is the book for you. It has literally everything, even the magic of tarot written here. It's very basic. It also have magic alphabets, and I really think that helps people understand understand the secrets of life in a very straightforward and simple way, especially when I was a kid, this was a bliss. I loved it and I highly suggest it to a lot of you guys. Now, going back to more spiritual book and deep book that was still opening your eyes to the secrets of life, I want to mention a book that I don't have right here because I lost it during the relocation, so I apologize for you guys, but this is for all of you guys that are interested in the law of attraction. You just believe in it, you want to know more, you think Esther X channel it for the first time. I got the tea for you all, guys. The first people that actually channeled the law of attraction, which always existed in time, were the ancient Egyptian. Yes, because the book that I'm recommending you right now as a top book to understand the secrets of life is called the Corpus Hermeticum, written by Hermes Trismegistus. Who is Hermes Trismegistus? Some of you might wonder, like, Hermes, wasn't he like the Mercurian Greek god? Exactly. Hermes was the Mercurian Greek god. So is this a book written by a god? Pretty much it is, because in actuality, the Corpus Hermeticum comes from the Emerald Tablet in ancient Egypt, found in Egypt. This Emerald Tablet was said to be written by a god. And who is Hermes in ancient Egypt? Hermes is Thoth, the god of the scripture, the god of knowledge and wisdom, husband of Ma'at, the god of justice. In fact, it is said that together they have wrote the book of the law. And what law? The law of attraction. Exactly, because in the Corpus Hermeticum we found not only the secrets of life, but we find what it is, the law of attraction. So if you are passionate about the law of attraction and you wanted to understand where it actually comes from, read the 7 Hermetic Principle, the Corpus Hermeticum. You can find it on Amazon and in every library store. It's not that difficult to read, but in there, they're stated the 7 Hermetic laws, including the law of attraction and including the very, very famous sentences that is, as above, so below, as within, so without. As my vibration within, so my outer reality. As on the universe, so above, as above, so below on earth. So that is one of the top books to understand the secrets of life. And going and riding the waves of understanding the secrets of life, I'm going to present you guys some books that are from India. Exactly. Why after Egypt I'm mentioning India? Because India is one of the most ancient civilizations of all time. If you think about Tamil Nadu, which is the language that they speak in the southern part of India, Tamil is one of the most ancient language that exists on planet Earth right now, because with Sanskrit is one of the oldest languages remaining right now on Earth. And in India, we find a lot of enlightenment and a lot of truth revealed by what I consider right now ascended masters, but definitely very incredible masters. And the books that I'm recommending you right now, these particular books, you can find them online for free in Aurobindo website, because what I'm suggesting you to read in order to understand the secrets of life is the entire collection, something that I didn't do, but I read some of them and I'm still reading some of them, the entire collection of Aurobindo's book and the work of the mother, his twin flame or his companion on a spiritual level at least. They are the founders, especially the mother of Auroville, which is a very famous ashram, but not even ashram, a very famous place in India. And a very spiritual place. Like, I feel Auroville, it's almost undescribable as an experience. I wish someday I'm going to visit it. I think you can find possibly a documentary in Amazon Prime about Auroville in case you guys are interested. And I have some of the books right here of Aurobindo. These are only extract. We find the mother, we find Aurobindo and the mother, and like life purpose and work. These books are amazing to understand the secrets of life, understanding the deep secrets of why there is pain and sufferings in the world. Is there a spiritual war between darkness, lower entities, and heaven? Is there something such as heaven? Who is the Divine Mother? who is God? And every question like this is being answered by Aurobindo. Now, obviously, I'm not suggesting anyone to blindly follow anyone, but definitely Aurobindo wasn't just a guru. Aurobindo and the mother were philosophers, were definitely enlightened intellectuals individual. And reading their words is going to really expand your awareness, and I highly suggest it to all of you guys. So, with that being said, remaining in India, and by the way, if I'm missing any books from India, guys, my Indian mates, be patient. India has so much knowledge and so many books that I cannot mention them all over here. Just think about the Vedas. I think the Vedas are 130 books, if not more. So, and they're in Sanskrit. So be patient, guys. I'm just mentioning the one that I found are the top ones and the most famous. So, as another book that I don't have right here, but it enlightened so many philosophers in the world, such as Immanuel Kant and Schopenhauer. I studied philosophy at the university, so I'm very familiar with Schopenhauer and Kant. They were one of my favorites, top favorites philosopher. They have studied this book that comes from India. This book is amazing, and it's truly a book of enlightenment and secrets of life. I am mentioning the Bhagavad Gita, and I'm sorry guys if I don't pronounce it completely correctly. The Bhagavad Gita is an extract from a bigger book in the Indian tradition and the Hindu tradition. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna shares his knowledge with Arjuna the prince and teaches the principle of karma yoga, which don't start thinking about poses and asanas and physical activities like that. It's all about philosophy and it's all about spirituality. But Immanuel Kant and Schopenhauer and many other philosophers have read the Bhagavad Gita because through the Bhagavad Gita they found their own enlightenment and their own secrets of life. It's an absolute enlightening piece of literature and piece of spiritual literature that I highly suggest to all of you guys. Now, as a last one but not least, that is much more famous in terms of I feel this one it's more famous in the United States and in the New Age community, but the other ones are more important, by the way, in my opinion. This is only my opinion, but it's a very, very important one, and it's very, very famous, and it's definitely one of the books that will share secrets to life. And I'm mentioning Yogananda. Yogananda is one of the ascended masters, in my opinion, a fantastic guru and an enlightened person. In his autobiography, you will find with him the discovery of his own enlightenment and his own understanding of life and the secrets of existence. It's a wonderful and very simple book, and many, many people that are into yoga, they're into New Age and spirituality, find a lot of precious advice, but rather precious expansion of their soul, pearls of knowledge through the autobiography of Paramsa Yogananda. I apologize if I don't pronounce anything correctly, but to be honest, more than this book that I found was mesmerizing for me in terms of knowledge was this tiny, tiny little book that I found because it literally fell off from the shelf of a library store, and I just bring it all right with me, and it's called The Scientific Affirmation for Healing, and it's from Yogananda. This is a book of affirmation, but if you guys are in need of wisdom and you don't like to read big books and you want to read something in order to heal, this will shed absolute light to the secrets of life when it comes down to healing. So keep this in mind, The Scientific Affirmation for Healing from Yogananda. All right, now I'm arriving to the last books that will reveal the secrets of life. I'm gonna keep, I feel, one of the most important at last at this point, but I'm gonna share a couple of titles for you all. They're interested in studying the New Age, or rather I would say you are interested. Okay, let's start with the New Age. If you're really interested in the New Age and you're really interested into metaphysics, past life regressions, star seed in that sense, I highly suggest you the book of Dolores Cannon, particularly the book of the 3 Waves of Volunteers. That is a book that will shed a lot of light into the secrets of life to what star seeds are, and to what we are experiencing right now as a shift on planet Earth. And among those lines, if you are intrigued about past life, what past life actually are, who we are in the spirit world, these are the books that I'm going to suggest for all of you guys. First of all, the two books from Michael P.H.D. Newton, which are Journey of the Soul and Destiny of the Soul. I have them on Kindle and not physical copy. I'm sure you can find them anywhere online and on the library store. P.H.D. Newton was a psychologist that did tons of regression, and rather than dive deep into past life or only that portion of regression, like Dolores Cannon, he went deeper and asked the souls, where do you come from? And he depicts an amazing picture of what it is to be in the spirit world and who we are as a spirit. And I mean, this is very, very deep stuff, and it really will make you understand the secrets of life and the secrets of the spirit world. And among those books, I will also highly suggest Brian Weiss. Brian Weiss has done so many books that will shed light to the meaning of life and the secrets of life, but the one that is still close into my heart, in fact, I give this book to everybody. Like, it's the number one gift that I give to all my friends. If you guys know me, you probably have received this book in a way or another, is Only Love is Real. If you guys are passionate about soulmates and twin flames and all of this and really want to understand what ultimate soulmate relationship are, this is the book for you. This is the book that will shed some secrets of life. Only Love is Real, a story of soulmates reunited by Brian Weiss, is a real story, and it's amazing. It's almost like a romantic novel / enlightening truth about what soulmates really are. And I am sure a lot of you guys will find identification with this book in so many ways that is undescribable. So highly, highly suggested. Now, let me take a deep breath for the last one, because this is the big one, and this is like a book that everybody that is interested in spirituality should read. This is not a book even. This is a manual for enlightenment. This is a manual for anyone that wants to become a light worker. This is a manual for an already existing light worker, healer, psychics, for anyone that wants to know the truth and the secrets of life. And this is a big, very, very famous one. I'm talking about A Course in Miracle. Yes, it's a big book, but this is, again, it's not a book, it's a manual for transformation. With the pages of this book, you will have a physical and energetical transformation that will lead to change your life, to really manifest according to your spirit and in alignment with spirit. Will make you go back to God, to Prime Creator, will shed light to the secrets of life. This book is said to be a channel book from Christ itself. So definitely, even if you're skeptical, this is an experience you cannot miss. And I'm gonna read the first line of this book, which are so famous. On Gaia, for example, you can also find a documentary about the history of this book, which is mesmerizing, because this book became famous without even a publisher almost. It's just a crazy story that you guys need to know. So I'm gonna read some pages for you all. Okay, I'm gonna read it for you guys in English, since the book that I have is in Italian, of course, my mother language, mother tongue. So this is the sentence that I wanted to read, which is the beginning of the book. This is a course in miracles. It is a required course. Only the time you take is voluntary. Free will does not mean that you can establish the curriculum. It means only that you can elect what you want to and take at a given time. The course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks that weigh awareness of love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. The opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can have no opposite. This course can therefore be summed up very simple in this way. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. This is a fantastic, fantastic book if you want to transform your life and align yourself to spirit. Now, I have so many more books that I want to mention right now that are popping into my mind. Let me know if you want a part 2 of this video, or if you want to share some of the books that you think spread some light to the secrets of life. Comment down below, and in the meantime, you're never wrong if you follow love.